Well, welcome to part two of the alternative or second Enchanted Circle drive near Eagle Nest, New Mexico. And I'm doing this prior to editing and exporting part two because I'm currently rendering part one. I'll be releasing it tomorrow, and I'm going to sort of gauge the reaction to it. Specifically, I have at least two sections of just showing the road with music in the background uh, that runs quite a while. And I want to see how people react to that, whether they want to see that, or I should take those sections and compress them by speeding them up, or heck, I don't know. I can't see leaving them out altogether because the views are absolutely spectacular. So uh, who knows what you're going to see here, but it'll probably be an hour or less for part two. I do have over 5 hours of footage from that trip. So we'll see how many parts this is going to be and what it's going to look like. And I hope you enjoy it. Here it is. Okay, we're on.
Okay, we are the last mile or two here. We're going to be coming into the broader Ponil Park, and you'll see what we're talking about. It's McCrystal Campground is there, and there's what we call a cow flop on the road there, and so that we can get oriented here. That is we, Maureen and Rob and I. The mountain that we are looking at out through the trees right there is the backside of Baldy, which is the east side of the Moreno Valley in Eagle Nest, New Mexico. So there we go. That's the orientation. Ponil Park was scene of just a lot of logging back in the day. They ran a railroad up from Cimarron, up from the Ponil Creek into this area. And you'll see there's a sea of stumps here and there as we glide through here. But there is, for perspective, Rob, there it is right there. That is Baldy. And then to the left, the backside of it doesn't look as spectacular from here, but that is Touch Me Not Mountain right there with those little spots on it.
Right.
Yep.
The name of your second ex-wife?
Oh, yeah. Touch Me Not. Yeah. I had to dress it up, so I couldn't say what I really call it. But and there is what I used to call Ash Mountain, but they're telling me is Costilla Peak, Little Costilla Peak. So, but this is Ponil Park. It's just beautiful. And we are at the valley floor in Ponil Park. Elevation is, drum roll please, we are at 8,200 feet, or about 100 feet lower than we are in Eagle Nest, New Mexico. Okay, well, we're coming into the McCrystal Campground, and what's called the Old Ring Homestead, or the Old Ring Place. And we'll take a drive through the campground so you can see what those facilities are there. There's no water available that I'm aware of, so you'd have to bring your water in for yourselves. And then we're going to get out and take a little bit of a walk, and we're going to be scaling that mountain directly ahead of us, we got a road that's going to take us up over that low point of the pass. So, but we're coming into what I would say would be the main area of Ponil Park, although all of this is considered Ponil Park. A few cows down there. Nothing to see here, folks, right? Well, we got a whole bunch of people wearing fluorescent out ahead of us here. I don't know what that's all about, but we're going to find out. Look at this. I don't know if you can see off to the right and left here. This campground? What?
Tents.
They got some project going.
There's a big spring here, and I guess maybe they're going to be doing something to rejuvenate these springs. Oh, they're putting in, I think these are,
Oh, is that the Beaver?
it says Beaver Dam analogs.
That's it.
These are actually, they're what they're trying to do is to create meadows here, because with the overgrazing of the cattle, these streams become channelized and they deepen. And so what they're doing now is they're basically creating what would happen where this were a beaver dam, and then that helps to create a meadow, and those meadows recharge the aquifer and they release water at a much slower rate than if it was just running downstream. So this is a pretty substantial analog here. And I'm glad to see that they're doing it, by the way. And this is part of the restoration to maintain water flow into these smaller streams where they're reinstituting the Rio Grande cutthroat trout. So conservation work, and glad of it. You can see there's a water flow here. I don't know if you can see it. See, they're diverting it, some of it, see?
Yeah.
And it's, so, yeah. Look at the ponds behind it, huh? Wow. So, I didn't know that the beavers wore hard hats and fluorescent, but...
Well, they're helping along Mother Nature, huh?
Yeah, well, this is the way it would have looked in the beginning. What's going to happen here now is you're going to see willows start to spring up here. And eventually, there probably will be beaver move into this area. Although there's nothing for them to eat here now, there will be if the willows get in here. And that's a very satisfying thing for an old retired land manager and game warden to see.
Boy, they put in a lot of that.
Yeah, they sure did. That's excellent.
I noticed a bunch of out-of-state flights there. Alabama,
yeah. It may be a project for, Alabama State University or something.
Workrooms.
Yeah.
I found the hard hat's kind of funny, though.
The Beaver, they wear their hard hat now. They don't want to get hit.
Yeah, what's going to fall on their head?
Yeah.
Are we,
OSHA.
are we done?
Yes. Folks, out ahead of us here, directly over the road, there's a little bit of a gap. There to the left of it is the Chinese wall, and we are going to be driving up just to the right of it through that cleft in the mountains. And we are right now at McCrystal Creek Campground. And the Beaver Dam improvements back there, I guess, would have been McCrystal Creek, I am assuming. And here we are, July the what? What's the date today?
28th.
28th. And you can see that this place is just absolutely overrun with campers. Or not. don't know how many sites there are here, but there's a few of them.
There's a few. Most are pretty small. We just passed one that you could probably get a good 30-foot trailer in. This looks like a pull-through site here, number 4. But if you got a 40-foot motorhome or something, I would not come out here.
There are corrals here. This is used as a base camp for outfitting and packing into the back country, although we're pretty back right now.
Well, looks like there is water here, at least for horses.
Oh, there is. I don't think it's potable, sorry. That was my mistake. I said earlier no water, but that's not so. I don't know that it's potable water. I think they recommend you bring your own.
But if it's non-potable, I think it would say so there.
Yeah. So that's probably something new I was not aware of. So, and they have whiskey on tap as well. So
Now I was saying none of these seem to have a view, but the ones up here have a view. You can see the creek down
that's
there.
McCrystal Creek, right? And that's the one that went out through to where they were at. See? Yep. Wow. Very neat.
Beautiful.
And there's that mountain that I've been calling the wrong thing for all these years. Thanks, Maureen. Apparently, it's not Ash Mountain. It's a little Castilla Peak.
Well, and it's not really Eagle Nest Village. It's Therma.
Yeah, it's Therma. Yeah.
Well, that's a great little pull-through site right there we just passed.
Mm-hmm.
Open your door and grab some of that, Maureen.
Oh, the
Sage. Yep.
Maureen's getting out to get some fresh sage.
Yeah, fringe sage, Artemisia frigida. Frigida meaning it's a high elevation and it's a colder weather plant.
They got we're out in the middle of nowhere and I see vault toilets.
No?
It's more subtle than the.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to where it's less subtle. All right. Off to the right.
There's some more up there.
Okay. Off to the right, by the way, you'll see a bunch of brown top plants. That's called curly dock, D-O-C-K.
What's this?
And that is eaten. That's firecracker pen stem or beard tongue. Right there.
We need a bathroom break.
Bathroom break?
Maureen?
Yeah.
I'm good.
All I need is, when it's time, is a tree or a bush.
Although we're 40 miles from the end of the road. Maybe I will run in there. It's a
Okay.
long way to go.
Yeah.
Well, peak time, summer, what do you figure? It's 70 degrees?
It is 79 degrees outside.
79
No
degrees
way.
in the middle of nowhere, and there's hardly any campers here. I don't know what it
Does
costs.
Dottie need to go out?
We're going to stop someplace and stretch our legs, right?
Yeah.
And change the cameras. I wonder what it costs here to camp.
$10 probably. I don't know. We'll find out on the way out. This is Curly Dock.
And usually senior citizens are half price, whatever they cost.
Yeah.
If you have a senior citizen pass.
That's a very nutritious plant. The Indians ate the seeds of that.
The brown ones at the base of the trees there at about 1 o'clock on the screen.
Yeah, that's curly dock,
1 or 2 o'clock.
and those seeds are edible, and they're a um, high nutritive value. The Indians ate them a lot, um, and it occurs all through the West. And there's a number of different dock plants that is curly dock. Okay, we're going to continue our circumnavigation of McCrystal Creek Campground. McCrystal Creek is off to the right over in this little bit of meadowland. You can't see it from here, but you can hear it. If we didn't have the windows on, it is a bone crushing 79 degrees here. So we're going to head up to the high country and cool down a little bit. It'll probably be in the high 60s or low 70s up there. So, but if you're looking to get away from it all, this is a pretty good place to get away from it all, I would say. And I would say this is uncharacteristically warm for here. I don't know how many sites there are. Rob, how many others? 55, at least.
55, 56.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Doesn't seem possible, but I guess didn't have one sitting on notable on it.
The sign was knocked down.
But I boil it, use it.
Or you just get
A filter.
a filter, man. Those things work really slick now. Maureen, did you want? I have hand sanitizer if you need it.
Oh, that was done. You know what? I'll use it when I'm gonna need it. Before I.
Okay.
All right.
And that was like 60, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, I'll take that out of there. Yeah, put it right here, and we'll do this there we go.
Well, you got a nice little walk.
Yeah.
Did you get a nice walk? Yeah.
Well, they must have had some serious rain here. See
They
this?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell walking.
So there's at least 60 campsites here. And now,
Surprised there's traffic.
my age is showing, as Monty Python would say, and now for something completely different. We're going to start our ascent. The ring heads off to the left here. We were going to hike over there, but we're going to opt for more time over where the trout are living. Bid fond farewell to McCrystal Creek Campground. And we're going to be starting the climb. And we're going to shut this down for a few minutes until we get up to a high point, and then we're gonna show you what you can see from here, way the hell up into Colorado, when we get up on the high ground up here.
So I wanted to get this view with my Osmo camera. So take a look. I know you saw it on the wide angle ones. So this will do it a little bit more justice, I think. What's that? It looks like a big pond or lake straight ahead. What's that, Jack?
It's a lake. I don't think it ever dries out completely. And getting towards fall, you'll see a lot more elk activity here. There's tons of elk around. They're just kind of dispersed right now, but we should be seeing some. But the mountains out on the horizon are still in New Mexico. And from where we're at right now, it's about 150 miles to Texas. And those are mountains that are out on the plains. And New Mexico is just not a sandbox, you know what I mean? And the difference between what we're looking at now and what we're going to see on the other side of this divide is night and day. And they're all beautiful in their respective ways, for sure. smell that, Rob? That
I do.
smell?
Yeah. What is that?
Ponderosa.
Ponderosa.
That sweet smell.
Cattle Guard, and we are at, where are we, Jack?
We're at 9,600 feet exactly.
9,600 feet.
And we're going to drop over, and this is a dividing line between the east and west. And we're dropping over into the west quadrant now. And you'll see just from the vegetation here that it's different. We're up in the aspens now. There are some bristlecone pine, which are very old pines that are here. And a similar looking thing, but it's not the same. It's called foxtail pine.
Now, if we ran out of gas, could we coast all the way to Taos from here?
Not quite, but you could come close to it.
All right.
Old hunting cabin, fishing cabin, lodge, drunken debauch place for Hollywood types who would, by the way, they would take the train in, main line, into Raton, and then take the St. Louis, Rocky Mountain, and Pacific back west into Ute Park, and it would come up by car or by canyon through here. So were we to go down where we're at right now, we're going to continue down this watershed. We would come out in Ute Park. And that building is the old cabin lodging place. People like my age is showing, Wallace Beery, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Clark Gable, all those guys used to come here and they would fish and hunt, actually.
But not drink, right? Just
they wouldn't drink, of course not. They don't drink anymore, or any less, as a matter of fact, but they drink about the same. And this is Sheree Ponds, S-H-U-R-E-E, Sheree Ponds. It is a trout pond. It's man-made. And it is very eminently fishable. But I'm not much of a lake fisherman because I like my water to move. It's much more interesting. We're going to take a look at it here. And we're going to rotate over onto the Comanche Creek and the Castillo River drainages. And we're going to catch some cutthroat trout, I hope. I think they use
Looks like
this
them
for
state park signs down there.
Yeah, it's not. This is a special trout water here.
What does that mean when it says that? It does that in Cimarron Canyon?
Yeah, tackle restrictions, artificial fly or hardware, but with a single barbless hook. And you're allowed to keep 2 trout out of here.
So there's certain parts of the stream in Cimarron Canyon where those restrictions
yeah,
apply.
it's red chili water, which means that you can't keep anything there. So we'll file this in our minds for future reference to come on up here and spend the day. We've actually taken the long way to get here.
With the short way?
Coming in from the west.
Okay.
But since we wanted the sun behind us for this little soiree, we thought we'd come in from the east, put the sun behind us, and drive out the west side. And since the west is where the fishing is at, that's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. So
I can't read that flag.
it says via Vidal Unit of Carson National Forest. Donated January 1982 to the people of the United States by the Pennzoil Company.
All right.
Well, it's not as altruistic as it sounds because Pennzoil was in trouble with the IRS, and so this was a way of
settling.
Yes, settling. Yes, yeah. I want to get out. Get out of here. The kind of frondy looking thing. See what I'm talking about?
With the yellow flowers?
No flowers on it. That's false hellebore. And if a cow or a pregnant cow or pregnant sheep eats that, they'll have a spontaneous abortion. There you go, daisies.
So does that mean it's illegal?
No, nothing. Hardly eat it.
All right, we are headed into Cimarron Campground.
Yep.
Not to be confused with Cimarron State Park.
No.
This is a national forest game.
It is that.
Any predictions on full?
This would probably be a little bit fuller than the other, the McCrystal.
It's actually more accessible from this other side.
That's right, and it's it'll be considerably cooler than McCrystal was. Although not in each campground, you're gonna get terribly hot weather.
Where we at now? Does your car register somewhere?
Yeah, it's 80 degrees here, so it's about the same as it was over there. But at night it'll drop off more significantly. And I may have misspoke earlier. This is just about a mile out of here to the campground. The other road previously was a lake road, and that was over on the Ponil Creek on the east side or the lower side of the Playa Vidal. Uh, this area does not open until the 1st of July, by the way, because of elk calving. So it's closed from 1st of May to the 30th of June for elk calving, so that the elk are not disrupted.
And here we are at the end.
We are at the Cimarron Campground by George. Campers with horses.
Hang on. Single family, single family or a double family? Oh, 2 on one side. So it's 22 for one, 40 for two, $1 for a second, $11 for a second vehicle. Senior pass discount, $11. So if you're one family and you're over 65 and have a senior pass,
$11.
$11. You can't. Yeah. All right. And we hear the soothing sounds of a generator.
Yeah.
Loop A. Please confine horses to horse facilities. They have firewood for sale for $10, but it looks empty.
Do not pet the fluffy dog.
This is the campground host. I see the Starlight dish. Yeah. And he's out of firewood. It's surprisingly, he's running an open frame generator, but there's no one around to bother. I don't see any campers. These are nice sites.
They are. Yeah.
Very nice.
And Julie and I have camped up here, and Tom and Tracy have camped up here too.
And they're, all kidding aside, there are corrals near all these sites.
Yep. And the corrals are for a reason we're about to disclose as soon as we get up to the next little stop, which is going to be an area called the Clayton Corrals. And it's an area called the 10,000 Acre Meadow. And we'll discuss that when we get up there.
Now, these, compared to the other campground, I'd say these have larger sites.
Yeah. Larger, higher, lots of horse stuff, as you see. These are big. These are booked and reserved for hunting season a lot, because these, they're just massive distances back here. See, Sheree Ponds hiking trail, a half mile. And you'll see these guys backpack in. No vehicular access off the roads. So if you bag an elk 3 miles off the road, then you've got to get it hauled out by horse or quarter it and haul it out on your own. And I've hauled elk quarters out before, and I would much rather have had a horse. So lots of people enjoying themselves in here.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, for $11 a night,
how do you beat it?
Bargain.
Yeah, and it's not overrun.
Yeah.
There's water.
Yeah, I think there is water here for sure.
Yeah, there was a fall.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
And if you're going to stay for, I don't know how long you can stay. Do you happen to know?
I don't know. We'll have to take a look.
But you can you can get into Cuesta for minor supplies, and if you're picky, you can go all the way into Taos, to Walmart or Smith's or Albertsons, whatever you.
Yeah, or you can go up to San Luis, Colorado. 14-day limit on camping.
14-day limit.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it would be a pretty sweet 2-week stay. camping here. Right. Anything else you want to point out?
We'll just we're probably going to keep this thing going because we're going to be going into the Clayton Corrals and the 10,000 acre meadow here.
So is it literally 10,000 acres? I don't know.
I would guess it's probably more than that.
Really?
Yeah. And all will be revealed as soon as that camera hits it. And but you've got massive views over towards the Wheeler Peak Massif. And at the south end of this meadow, you are only about three and a half or 4 miles from the big bend on New Mexico 38, which is just north of Eagle Nest. But as they say in Maine, you can't get there from here. You got to go around and take a long way. So because buffering access is the Sandia Pueblo Tribal Recreation Lands, which is the East Moreno Ranch, which they bought, say 10 or 12 years ago. And that will never be developed as it's, like I said, tribal recreation land. Off to the right, you can see some of these meadows. That'll be full of bugling elk and harems of elk here, probably within a month. Yeah. And we're gonna make a left-hand turn going back out onto the main road, the through road, I guess. Just to put this in perspective, Eagle Nest is on US 64, which is a main east-west road. It's a U.S. highway, and the next road that to the north that paved that you would consider to be a highway is roughly 70 to 80 miles north of of Eagle Nest before you get to US 160, and there's a huge chunk of territory in there. Very wild, both in New Mexico and also in Colorado. So from US 64 due north to the next main east-west road, which is US 160 in Colorado, is probably 70 to 80 miles. And the only serious through road, and this is not open most of the year for elk capping or for snow or for other reasons. So it's a large chunk of territory here in northern New Mexico. And we're if you like high country, we're coming into some of the most beautiful high country that you're going to see in northern New Mexico. But there's a lot of high country in northern New Mexico. Just beautiful meadows. And we're going to be right at the foot of either Little Castilla Peak or Ash Mountain, depending on which one of these maps is right.
Hang on, Jack. Just wanted to let you know I'm not at home. I'm on a field trip today. Didn't want you to worry not seeing me.
John's biggest aspen.
That's a big one for sure.
Jeez. It's right by a
And
drainage.
speaking of aspens, you'll see that there's some on almost all the aspens we see here. There will be some black spots on the base of the trees. That those have been barked by elk. Elk will eat that bark. And they'll take a snap here or a snap there, but they don't ring it enough to kill it. But they do eat. And we are coming into one of my favorite places in northern New Mexico. This is the Clayton Corral, and it is where people drive their cattle to. And It is, and not too many years ago, it was a traditional cattle drive from the low country to the high country in summer and back down in the fall.
Like when?
Like how many years ago?
Yeah.
About 20 years ago, I think was the last major cat. They truck them up here now. So, and we are going to swing this vehicle around, and you're going to get a view of the 10,000 acre meadow.
And by the way, what I was doing there was
here.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. And what we're looking at right now is kind of foreshortened by this little bluff ahead of us, but that is the 10,000 acre meadow. And what you are looking at right now is Wheeler Peak Massif along. It's over 13,000 feet, and there are any number of 12,000 foot, 11,000, 10,000 foot peaks there. It is the roads that surround that massif that comprise the Enchanted Circle. And what we're going to do now is we're going to step out of this car and we're going to give you a bigger view with a different camera of the 10,000 acre meadow. And if I don't know if it shows, but to the left here you can see the high peaks there.
Yeah.
To the left there's kind of a conical shaped peak. In between the two in the far distance is down at the south end of the Moreno Valley, and it is a place where the last grizzly was killed in 1919 in this area. But there's a lot lands under lots of acres of land here. So we're going to shift over to getting out of the car.
Okay, Daddy, let's go. Go on. Come on. Come on. Daddy, come on. Or you can stay there.
Is it going to cooperate?
It'll cooperate to an extent.
Daddy, come on. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, we did it before.
Oh man. Look at that view. It doesn't get much. I've always felt this.
So that's
like
the
a piece
what
of
is that? The
Yellowstone.
10,000
This
acre.
is the 10,000 acre meadow. And I'm going to glass it right now to see if there's any elk out there. Midday, it's the elk are back in typically we'll be back in the black timber in the middle of the day. And I don't see any. In a cursory look at least.
I'm going to get the glass.
Here, take these. There's no, I didn't see any elk horn.
No. for there, raw.
They check these off. Different brands and different ages.
It's just kind of curious whether this was just junk people left here or people are off hiking and they left all their stuff here. And that's what it kind of looks like. Yeah, this is new stuff. That's not junk. It's amazing. I was curious about all this stuff over here. It's camping equipment. It's not old stuff. It's somebody's out hiking or something and left all their stuff there.
Yeah. And up here at fall, you'll see there'll be guys on horseback. There'll be trailers here. These are set up so that you can, if they're different brands, they can break them down by brand. And if it's a cow calf unit, first bulls, they can segregate them in here. Well, and we are at the toe slope of Ash Mountain or Little Castilla Peak right now. That's it right there. That goes on up to about 12,000 feet.
Dottie, what the heck are you doing? Are you rolling in the horse shit, Dottie? Get up. Get up, you crazy dog. That's instinct for you.
Yeah. Isn't this just incredible?
Yeah.
And when you come up north, like you're going to Red River, and where that real big bend is up there at the Moreno Ranches,
Right.
that's about 3 miles from the other end of that meadow. So you see that pointed peak there?
Yeah.
That's a point of reference. When you get down there on the road, you take a look and you'll see relatively.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a better one. The hills are alive with the sound of music. That's what it looks like to me. I expect to see Julie Andrews. Don't worry about my singing. I'm not going to quit my day job.
I'm thinking,
There's what? There's what? She can't hear you. Come on, guys. My memory serves correct. On Google Earth, we're 13 miles from Eagle Nest.
This is fun, isn't it?
But she's having the time of her life. Let's get some water, Dottie. Well, I decided to end part two right here, right after Dottie just had the time of her life bounding through the 10,000 acre meadow. And there's more to come in part three. Stay tuned. I'll see you then.